Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great because I just got to send this video off to my editor right here where it says Fannie Mae warns lenders. Why did I send that off to him? Because Fannie Mae is now in trouble. And in this video I said, and I've actually made a handful of videos, we got to put all these clips together over the last 8 months, that by the fourth quarter of this year, you are going to see the truth come out about the fraud and the money that is being lost by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But right now, the story is that Fannie Mae is in trouble. It says Fannie Mae says it suffered losses from the commercial mortgage fraud. All right, it's way bigger than that right now. And this is going to come out, this information, I'm going to make another prediction right here. In the first quarter of 2025, you are going to see that there will be a deluge of residential mortgages hitting foreclosure. Actually, in a few hours, there is a real estate attorney that is in his entire practice that covers Florida, California, and Texas. They are getting HUD-1 foreclosures coming in to their office by people that are being foreclosed on right now that have government-backed mortgages. But you're not going to see that data come out in the news until right in the beginning of next year. If you don't understand how big of a deal this is and how there is about to be this incredible deluge of foreclosures, I don't know what to tell you. And so that's why I'm preparing everybody right now for what's coming in the spring. And I'm not joking. I don't want you going to foreclosure auctions. You're going to be spending too much money during this crash. Even though that's like the creme de la creme with most real estate investors, they think, oh my gosh, I'm buying homes for like 70, 80 cents on the dollar. That's insane. You should be buying properties for 20, 30, 40 cents on the dollar. I'm not joking. So here we go. We're going to talk about this. And if you want the link, we're only going to have this open for a few days more. Dylan says that the coaching calls are going to get too impacted because so many people are diving into the coaching calls. So the pre-filming discount right now is down below for the Tax Lien Pro and the Tax Auction Master course. If you want that, and then if you want the, before he has to close off the coaching calls, if you want the monthly coaching calls, I highly suggest that you learn how to do this right now to get ready for what comes in the spring. All right, this story is out of The Real Deal. It says Fannie Mae has confirmed for the first time an ongoing investigation into a litany of schemes that may be far more pervasive than initially thought. No, if you've been following this channel or the Real Estate Ninja channel for a little bit of time, I've been warning about this for a little over 8 months, that this is coming. And I have to remind you, Fannie has to release this because they have to release their earnings and because they're taking on massive losses. Think 2007. They have to release this information and they're going to look for a bailout in 2025. And I want you to understand the Fed is about to lower rates. Things are bad. They're going to get worse. And a lot of this is going to also make unemployment rise. I know it sounds crazy, but these things sort of work hand in hand, but they work inside of a cycle. And there's a lag effect between the indicators. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting into that. They say here, we have discovered instances of multifamily lending transactions in which one or more of the parties involved engaged in mortgage fraud or possible mortgage fraud. Fannie Mae disclosed in its filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, do you remember ninja loans where there were actual stories of people taking out loans in the names of their pets? Okay. And they said that will never happen again. All right, I want you to understand this. It happened again. It happened a couple of years ago. And the truth is now coming out as people are walking away from these properties. They are not paying their mortgages. They are not paying their taxes. School districts, utility companies are forcing tax sales on these properties. There are tax liens on these properties that are making people rich right now. Anyone on earth can invest in this. Please understand that. Anyone on earth can make money doing this, no matter where you live, investing in these things in America. This is going to be a massive wave. The question is, are you going to be ready for it? It says The Real Deal and other outlets have reported on Fannie and Freddie Mac's efforts to weed out fraud in the industry. Fannie, however, has not publicly commented on the investigation. It's because it's a really big deal and they don't want to crash right now in the markets, because as this information becomes mainstream, you're watching this here on this channel as I've been reporting based off of these news filings and quarterly filings for the last 8 months. You get this information ahead of time so that you can prepare for it, because it's going to exacerbate the issue as the mainstream media picks this up, like CNBC. Over the past year, the Department of Justice has targeted real estate investors for illegally inflating property valuations by falsifying financial information. Investors were able to obtain larger loans than otherwise would have. This is also happening in residential. These loans were made by private lenders and were often sold to Fannie or Freddie Mac. So you're thinking, well, Ninja, what kind of companies would do this? Two big ones are Riverside Abstract and Madison. Those two companies I reported on months and months ago, and about all of the fraudulent deals they were doing, okay? I want you to understand this. We're talking today about commercial, but these exact same lenders were doing hard money loans or loaning money out in the secondary market for residential fix and flippers, all right? I want you to think about a hot word. Do you remember, we'll move into crypto for a second. When I did all these videos, type 1, about the NFT videos, I said it's a scam. People are going to lose lots and lots of money, and very few people are going to make a lot of money, right? Type 1 if you remember that. And then it obviously happened, right? Then I came out with some videos on some specific stocks. Hey, anybody investing in AMC or GameStop? It's a scheme set up by some fund guys, and there are going to be a few people that make money, and then they sell you all these worthless shares, and it's going to collapse. Now that happened, right? So those two things happened. Well, then I came over and I said, all right, we've got issues in the mortgage industry, and you're going to see all of this fraud hit the market. And when it happens, it's almost going to feel like it's overnight, right? And you're going to wonder how to make money from this. I'm telling you right now, the way that anyone on earth can make money on this with as little as $500. Matter of fact, I'm not even joking. I've seen people make money off of $50 buying a property. Is these tax liens and tax foreclosure auctions. And you could do it on, I prefer online. If you want the excitement of showing up to an auction live, you could do live ones, but I prefer online. And this is how I'm going to show people how to make lots of money and take advantage if they're committed to this. And when I say committed, one of the coaches only works 10 to 15 hours a week, and he got laid off from the oil industry in 2015, never looked back. And he's honestly making incredible money, but he's committed, you know? And there are a lot of people that listen to these stories and they think it's an interesting thing, or they like the idea of being able to take advantage of these opportunities, but they aren't taking advantage of them. And part of taking advantage of them is you got to learn. You got to learn how to do this. So, okay, Riverside, Abstract, and Madison are a couple companies. But check this out. Some other notable investors, including Boric Drillman and Aaron Puretz, have already pleaded guilty for their roles in mortgage fraud schemes. More indictments and guilty pleas are expected down the line. Fannie and Freddie also stopped doing business with some industry players, like I was saying before, Riverside Abstract, Madison Title. Freddie Mac recently lifted its ban on doing deals with Meridian Capital Group, a major commercial brokerage. They had to do a lot of deals right there because the agencies have sought to tighten underwriting guidelines in the past year. Freddie has increased inspections at multifamily properties, and Fannie and Freddie are moving to impose additional rules, according to the Wall Street Journal. The agency acknowledged it did not independently verify information about borrowers provided by outside lenders. Doesn't this sound like what they were admitting to what happened in 2004 and 2005? See, this is a wash, rinse, repeat, but I'm telling you on a dollar amount, it is so much bigger, it's incredible. The housing market is in utter collapse, both residential and commercial. The only question is, are you going to get the information way ahead of time to where you can actually do something about it, save up some money, get your credit lined up? And good news is, you don't even need good credit to take advantage of tax liens and tax deeds. You can start your own LLC right now, fund it with a little bit of money, and actually have a bona fide business where you're getting legal tax write-offs this next year starting this with very little money. This is, no joke, probably the easiest, the least barrier to entry when it comes to building wealth in real estate. Actually, I could say that with certainty. I am excited. I started my entity. I have funded it. I have my business bank account set up specifically to be crushing it in 2025 with liens and deeds. A year from now, we're going to do stories where this video comes up where I'm saying, guys, the time is now. And I'm going to have all these articles and all these stories of people that made lots of money. The question is, are you going to do it? So here's the question. Are you committed to crushing it, or are you think crushing it would be a fun thing? Type it down below. Oh, I'm committed, or it's a nice thought. If you're committed, I'm going to give you the tools that you need to go and absolutely dominate it. My students have already taken advantage of that initial phase, and the proof is in the pudding. People understand that as goofy as I am on the main channel, I'm totally different in the classroom. And this pre-filming discount will not be around forever. As a matter of fact, we know that in the next handful of days, we're going to shut it down for a little while as we're still filming. I've got 17 videos, lessons in the hopper right now. And as fast as my editor can get them out, we're going to be pushing them out. So I hope you guys take advantage of this. And here's the fact. You want to hear a bad sales pitch? You don't need the course to go crush it, okay? You can go and find tax liens anywhere. You can find tax foreclosures anywhere. I will say this, though. My goal is to make the most comprehensive and data-driven course out there on the market today for the lowest price. That is my goal. And so if you want a time hack, if you've already been doing it, I think you're going to pick up some information. If you're having a hard time finding every auction site, you know, nobody has every auction site. It's very convoluted. And people charge thousands and thousands and actually tens of thousands of dollars for a course on this. I know because I've taken them before, and I don't like that. I want to open this up for everyone on earth if they want to do something, learn a new skill that will make them a lot of money. The truth is, one deal will pay for the course. The second deal will pay for an entire year of coaching. Think about that. I ran into a subscriber the other day that took a course, and he says, I've already done a couple of tax liens. And I ran into another subscriber that says, yeah, I just picked up a property on a tax foreclosure auction. It's incredible. I own it cash. I'm here in Dallas-Fort Worth right now waiting for an attorney, a real estate attorney that's going to come in and teach people how to place quiet titles, how to do it themselves if they want, how to find the right attorneys to do it. These are questions that most people in this space don't even have for themselves. They don't know how to do that. So I'm excited for this. I hope you got something out of this. Hey, it's going to sound like an infomercial for the next few days until we close it off, the pre-filming sale for a little bit, because we're getting impacted and the coaches are getting excited, but we got a lot of things to get ready to teach everyone. So Fannie is in trouble. You're going to see Freddie Mac announce their troubles by fourth quarter, which means first or second week of January. There's another prediction. It's coming out. We're taking tons of losses. The real estate market's collapsing, both commercial and residential. 2025 is where you are going to wish you were ready for this. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. I'm not joking. Like my son, my 21-year-old son watched what Matt did the other day, buying a residential lot for $700, and he saw the not appraised value, the assessed. Thank you, Matt. Assessed value of what was it? 17 grand? No, 7 grand. 7 grand. And his eyes got big. See, I'm looking at so many property deals. It's crazy right now. All right. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out. Thanks for the help, buddy.